giving the Nitro MT racer a bit of a tear down here, and you can see it's a little bit different than the Nitro MT. I don't know if this tank is standard, but it doesn't have the primer thing on it, and also it has a slipper clutch which is adjustable rather than the usual just fixed driveline. This is a 52 tooth spare gear, plastic. You can see the slipper pad on there, single pad one side. Obviously it's only for small engines, so it doesn't need 500 pads. You can see the plastic brake disc there, and the brake pads. That's the upper deck. Wheels and tyres, haven't done the electronics tray yet, it's still dirty. So there we go, just sits in its little house like that, and as you can see it spins pretty terribly, and now it's all falling apart. For some reason they've put a spacer there, and then this dodgy one piece centre diff mount. You can see it doesn't spin very well at all, and then that bit there goes on top, covers it all up so you can't see. So there we go, that was just an interesting feature that's on this Nitro MT racer that isn't on a normal Nitro MT or an MT2. Adjustable slipper clutch. Rebuilding the HPI Nitro MT racer still. Did the back end yesterday. Just filled up the shocks today because the shock oil came. Just started rebuilding the front. As you can see, we've got the front off here, and this is why you need to check when you're rebuilding your truck, because that there is snapped. Front shock tower, pretty common to go on these. Had it go on my other one as well. And also this rod end here split just there. So luckily I've got some spare rod ends, so I just replace that with a shiny new one. However, these front shock towers, because they break on all of them, are pretty much impossible to get. So that is a slight issue. I've made a metal one anyway, so I'll have to use that. I'm going to put this one back on for now. Oh yeah, and the shock oil I'm putting in is 22.5 weight, which is 375 CST-ish, and it's actually green. It tastes really good. So the Nitro MT racer is just about done. It's now got shock oil in the back and the front. Front's definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit more springy. Back is a bit more plush, but that's going to have the engine on, so it'll need a bit more damping. That's what's in here. I think the front will have 30 or 25 weight in, which is why it's a bit bouncy, but once it's got fuel in and everything it'll sort it out. Steering is pretty smooth, which is good. This spectacular Futaba S33003 will be able to turn the wheels perfectly fine, hopefully. Got a 3001 on the throttle, although this ball cup thing here is a bit messed up. So there is that. It does need all new bearings, which I haven't put in because I don't really have a set of bearings for it. I'll probably have to order a set of bearings, but I'm going to break the engine in first anyway. It'll give it a bit of extra load, I guess. It doesn't roll particularly smoothly. I mean, you can see how soon it stops. I don't even think the brake's on either. Yeah, it's not the smoothest thing ever. There's something messed up with the wheels as well. When I tighten them fully, they don't even move. So yeah, this rear camber's a bit interesting as well. It's definitely full stance mode, although it is got a bit of camber gain as well, but I don't know whether that will help in the corners. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It has got these different rear hubs on. They have 4 positions. I believe the stock ones only have 1 or 2, so I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's a Nitro Racer thing, maybe not. I just realised that pull start holder thing is loose. There we go. Sorted. Need to take that off to put the engine back in anyway. So yeah, the engine will be going in next. We'll be breaking it in, and then it will go broom broom, hopefully. And yeah, it might need a battery as well, and a receiver as well. All these things. Oh yeah, and the front shock tower. Don't forget that. I mean, look at that. Anyway, here it is with the body on. The OG HPI Nitro MT body, which I think is a good looking body really. It's got the Chevy one and the Ford one as well. My dad's got the Dodge. So yeah, it looks pretty good in orange. It looks nice with the little red Nosram engine in the front as well. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Braking in the Nitro MT Racer with its new engine, Nosram RS18 Evo. Just put the engine heater back on to let it warm up again. I have richened out a little bit more as well. You can see the idle's definitely a bit high, but you can actually hear it getting leaner as it warms up as well. Because wheels are starting to turn now. Out here with the Nitro MT again, ready for tank number 2 and possibly tank number 3. Yeah, filter foam's coming off a bit at the bottom there. There we go. I have just taped the receiver on with masking tape to now, because we're only going to be going around fairly slowly, hopefully anyway. I've also set the idle gap to a bit narrower now, so hopefully that works alright where we've got it set, and yeah, it should be good to go. The flywheel is rubbing on the brake a tiny little bit. I don't know if you can see in there, but I'm just going to leave it for now because I'm only going to be going slowly anyway. But it'll help put a bit of extra load on the engine, but obviously once I've got it broken in properly, I'll need to sort that out somehow. I'll probably just make the brake disc a little bit thinner by cutting it down. Finished tank number 2 now, so I'll let it cool down before we do tank number 3. And yeah, it's definitely getting there. Just moved the high speed needle in a little bit, lowered the idle a little bit, and leaned out low speed a little bit as well. Just in case once it starts to warm up, the idle's extremely high, so I've moved it down a bit just so it doesn't drive around by itself. finishes off tank number 3. So yeah, it's going pretty well so far. Can tell the engine's definitely picking up a bit now, especially towards the end of that last tank. I think another 2 or 3 tanks and we'll be done. I'm not going to do a super long braking on this engine, but I definitely need a bit more space to do the half and full throttle things than just the road, because the road's quite small, so I might have to do the rest of the braking at the park or something.